Podcasting with students might sound like a lot of work, but it doesn't have to be. Here are 5 quick tips for incorporating audio projects into your classroom. Hi, my name is John Sowash. I help teachers and students use Google tools in the classroom. Special thanks to Logitech for sponsoring this video. Logitech has been offering high quality audio and video gear to schools for many, many years. I'm going to be featuring some of their products in this video. Tip number 1 is just a reminder that podcasting does not have to be a lifelong commitment. Just start with a single episode. You might have a favorite podcast that publishes weekly or maybe even daily. You definitely do not want to make that type of commitment. You can create a podcast and upload once a year, once a semester, once a quarter. It is totally up to you. Do whatever works for you. You can record a podcast of something your students did, almost like a portfolio.
This painting was about Andy Warhol. He painted one of these, and they are contrasting colors.
This example was recorded using a very simple audio recorder, and those recordings were added to Google Slides. Very little commitment, and this is a great way to show parents what their students have been doing in the classroom. You also might consider creating a podcast as a class to share what you are learning. Each episode can feature several students sharing different projects and things that they've learned.
Welcome to episode 5. The number 5 is also the number of oceans there are on the Earth. In this episode, we will talk about the cycles on the Earth, some European cities, including Barcelona, and using perspective in art.
This example requires a little more commitment, and the teacher does need to do some of the editing and upload the podcast to a hosting service like Anchor so that other people can listen on their phones. And then finally, you might consider just having students share something that they've written. This is an incredibly easy way to start podcasting. It works really well for middle and high school classes. Simply have students read what they wrote.
Welcome back, you guys. I'm your host, Joey Bees, here with Chachi & Co. Book Reviews. This is episode 2 of our review on We Were Liars.
If you have time, you can add music and sound effects to enhance their writing. Tip number 2 is that all audio podcasts are really writing assignments. If you're a language arts teacher or just someone who wants to help their students improve their writing, podcasting is a great option. The best podcasts have a strong script or outline from which they are developed. So encourage your students to draft what they plan on talking about, outline it, or write the whole thing up and practice reading it. This will really improve their reading fluency and writing skills. Tip number 3 is a very practical one. I taught for many years, and I know how loud and chaotic the classroom can get. And the idea of having a student record something in the midst of that chaos seems impossible. The secret is to build a blanket fort. Yes, grab 2 chairs, toss your heaviest quilt, blanket, or several blankets on top of those 2 chairs and have a student climb inside. This will make a natural sound booth that will deaden the outside noise and allow you to get a decent audio recording. This is also something that audiobook narrators do to get a high quality audio recording. Now, I love my Chromebook, but the microphone leaves a lot to be desired. Tip number 4 is to add an external microphone to really boost the quality of your recording. Now, this does not need to break the bank. This gives me as simple as a dollar store pair of earbuds with integrated microphone. But if you want to step your game up, my friends at Logitech have some really great products. One of the really cool ones they have is the Zone Learn wired headset. Obviously has earmuffs for great sound and a integrated microphone that keeps the mic the right distance from your face to avoid pops and a lot of background noise. If you want to step things up a little bit more, you can even use the blue snowball microphone. That's what I'm using right now to record. It's a great mic. I've been using this for my podcast for many, many years. Neither of these will break the bank. They're very affordable, very durable, and great for the classroom. Visit logitech.com/education to learn more. Tip number 5 is to make sure that you have a plan for sharing your finished audio recordings. Interestingly, it's a lot easier to share video than it is to share audio. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. Probably the easiest way is to add your audio files to a Google Slide presentation. Simple, quick, and everybody knows how to use Google Slides. Another option is to convert your audio into video using a really interesting tool called Headliner. This will create a video that's really just an image with a waveform on it that simulates the audio. This makes it easy to share audio clips on social media and via email. The final option is to use something like Anchor.fm, which was purchased by Spotify, to actually publish a podcast that people can play on your phones. It's a great option. It's 100% free. It's really easy to do, but it is something that you as the teacher would need to set up and manage for your students. Now, the purpose of this video was to inspire you that podcasting is something you can do in your classroom. And you're probably wondering, well, that's great, John, but how do we record audio? How do we edit our audio? What tools should we use? I'm glad you asked. I have 2 separate videos that I'll link that will walk you through the process of recording and editing podcasts using a Chromebook. You'll also be able to find all of the examples, project ideas, templates in the video description. I'd also encourage you to check out the products from Logitech if you're looking for high quality audio and video equipment for your classroom.